Welcome to a course overview for C.S. Lewis in film and literature. There are a couple of different videos and a couple of locations for you to go explore, from our YouTube channel to the Student Lounge to the faculty contact and information. But I hope that this gives you a general idea of what kind of things we're tackling and what kind of approach I take to the different ideas. But of course, make sure you're looking at each particular session so that you know what kind of assignments are there and what specifics are there, like rubrics. So our idea for this course is that we want to provide a snapshot of C.S. Lewis. And so we're going to look at his life through a biography by Alistair McGrath. And we're also going to read works by Lewis, everything from children's fiction to nonfiction and apologetics, because we want to kind of get, again, a snapshot of what he did and how the world is because of his writing. And we want to give you the opportunity to explore and apply basic principles of literary analysis to these different ideas. I like to look at this as not something uber specific, in that if you do a search on any particular work and you look at Spark Notes or Schmoop or any Cliff Notes, any of those, you'll get sort of basics that anyone can get out of a work, and those are really useful for any number of reasons. However, there's also what we get out of a work. So I hope that by using these tools of literary analysis that you will expand not just what you get out of Lewis, but what you get out of anything you read or watch. So hopefully you'll see the big messages that everyone agrees on, but you'll also be open to the messages that are there for you, because where we are in our particular place in life is going to impact how and what we read. And so I find that personal takeaway changes. What I read from Lewis as a child reading the Chronicles of Narnia is not what 40 plus me gets out of those same readings. And I hope that you will find that same interest and joy throughout all of them. And of course, we want to look at the continued relevance. So we're going to read a couple of different articles and just sort of look around at why we are still talking about Lewis and why we're still exploring him. Our learning outcomes, again, these are things that are on the syllabus or that are in sort of your welcome to a particular course. They're a great idea to glance through just to kind of see what direction a course is going to take. So our hoped for outcomes for all of you is that you're going to discuss these events of Lewis's life in relation to his writing. So things like a grief observed and what surprised by joy and those elements have in not just how he wrote and shared, but what they meant to him personally at that time in his life. We want to identify relevant Christian themes and messages. You'll often find that people just really enjoy the Chronicles of Narnia, and they don't think about maybe Aslan as Christ. And it's really fun to see all those different possible angles. And of course, I want to support and engage you with basic skills in literary analysis. Especially with this kind of word, we are consuming media. We're consuming movies and TV shows and stories in all their forms. And the more you know about all these different ideas, the better you're going to be at understanding what you're consuming and processing what you consume. And we want to compare and contrast a little bit by looking at The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe as a story that we're going to read and as a movie that we're going to watch. We want to reflect on learning from reading Lewis, related works, and the Bible, and making all of those connections, which to me is one of the key components of literature. When we don't just read one thing, but we start to make connections to it in numerous other areas. And finally, we want to apply the selections by Lewis and related works as a way to delve deeper into the meaning of Christian behavior and what it means in the workplace, family, and community, and what that meant to Lewis and to us. To get there, we're going to do assignments, of course. So you'll see that we have many discussion threads. There are often going to be doing a discussion thread on a specific topic. So for instance, you'll see in session 1, we have our discussion thread on Lewis, but we also have our own get to know you thread. But generally they're going to be like units 2, 3, and 4, and 5, where we have a discussion thread on a topic, and then we have a submitted assignment that takes it one step further and gives you that opportunity to explore more deeply. Our course has a break in here somewhere, so watch for that printable calendar to see when we are taking some time off. And of course, in session 4, you're going to pick which book you want to read. Don't hesitate to go check out the video in the Student Lounge and on our course YouTube channel of how to pick based on different suggestions about the book so that you feel like you're choosing well for yourself. There are lots of different ways to approach that. I like to give you things like this, which is our reading assignments by session, so that you can see, yes, we do have a lot of reading, but if we plan that out and we look at the different charts, then we will feel more able and ready to tackle it. If there are any issues with that, of trying to read everything, don't hesitate to reach out and have a chat with me. I find that some weeks I'm great at getting all the readings done for a course over the years, and other times it's just not going to happen. So reach out and have that conversation, and I can support you. These items, these reading assignments, are also in a single worksheet that you can download from the Student Lounge. And in session 2, so you'll see session 1 and 2, we are basically sort of mirroring Lewis's Mere Christianity with McGrath, reading some chapters about Lewis's life, so that we can say, why is he making these claims? Why is he approaching it this way? We can start to see how his life impacted that. And so we do that again in session 2 by continuing with Mere Christianity and going forward with McGrath. And then we start to add in some fiction with C.S. Lewis's The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and some continued work in McGrath, and we'll also watch our video. And then sessions 4 and 5, you'll see that we are picking a book in session 4. You get to decide which of these you're going to approach. And finally, we slack off a little on that reading in the last session. So again, it's an idea to plan and prepare, recognizing that those first few weeks are going to be really tough and that we need to have a plan to get all of it done. And then, because I like to put everything in multiple places and I like to make downloadable copies of just about anything, check out the Student Lounge for reading and assignment templates. So I have put these different items into PDFs so that you can go to the website to read the Hanbury article or the Fazler article or the Kerrigan article, any of those places, or you can download a quick PDF. Also, there are all of the assignments listed here in one printable sheet. And then our reading guide examples for session 4, because we have a lot of extra reading of scripture verses in different sections, and so I put them all into one location so that you can read them as one set. But of course, all of these are available online or through the various clickable links. And then templates. I want templates to be a support. They are not mandatory. They are not required. You can keep or get rid of as much or as little as you like. You can take that outline and use it. You can use that thesis statement. You can use the references, or you can get rid of any or all of it. I just find that in terms of tackling APA papers and having all those forms ready to go, it's a little easier if you just have something to download. So you'll see that they are available for all of the sessions. Getting to know Lewis, chapter summary, choosing your Narnia paper. There are 2 options there. Reading guide templates, and of course the session 5 paper. And these all have quotes and different ideas just to prepare you, to give you support on tackling all the aspects of an APA paper. So I hope that you will see this course as a lot of fun. Yes, we're reading a lot, but there are lots of ways to tackle that. We can look for audio versions and things like that, and you can always talk to me about different ways to tackle scheduling yourself and figuring out where that goes. But I hope you're ready for fun and discussion, and that you're ready to explore and share and enjoy the world of Lewis.